Okay, good, because I hit the button. Let's go. Strength Hammer Podcast, episode 156. Here with me, Strength Hammer, and Alex, Fit Hammer. I'm Chuck, by the way. Neil's later. How you doing, Alex?
What kind of hammer is Neil?
Ohio. Allegheny Hammer. He's Allegheny Hammer.
Honestly,
Yeah.
a high hammer is pretty cool. That should be
No,
a
no, Ohio
page.
doesn't exist, remember?
I forgot. Well, it's a fictional world, fictional
It's
setting.
true, yeah, because like the Allegheny
Yeah.
takes over the Ohio. Yeah, everything's Allegheny. And there's people that like elsewhere like, what the hell's Allegheny? And I'm not going to tell you.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah.
How are you, Chuck?
I am exhausted. It's been a busy couple days from work, and I'm pushing real hard to finish this 10 unit of Grand Cathay because, listen, at time of recording, I am 6 hours and 27 minutes away from a new Taylor Swift album.
Sure.
So I need to be listening to that at midnight when it comes out. Also, the army paint scheme matches the new album, so I gotta
Oh,
theme the post. Like everybody out there is gonna see it. Like I'll get it done. I promise you.
sure. The whole world, really.
Yeah. Like if you're not watching my Instagram, I don't know what you're doing with yourself.
You're missing out. It's. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to do that.
Only in some countries.
Yeah, they should not be named.
They should not be named. Yeah, because yeah, it's rude. It's rude to name countries where it's legal to follow Strength Hammer. But
One
yes,
day, one day, maybe.
yeah, I'm excited. New album coming out. Painting some stuff. But yeah, busy with work. But I got some fun ahead. So how about you? How are you doing?
Good. Good. I'm great. Actually, really good today. I forgot to take a picture, but I started working on painting some of the siding on the house. Not the
Ooh.
siding, but the top, whatever it's called.
Oh, the soffit and fascia and all that.
Yeah, those words.
Yeah.
So my dad helped me out. So I started sanding it, started painting it. But tomorrow is going to be a busy work day for me, so I'm going to skip tomorrow, and then Saturday half the day going to paint it.
Oh, fun. That'll be nice.
Yeah, it's looking nice. It's I'm glad I delayed painting it all summer so I could wait for perfect weather like right now
Yeah,
to paint it.
paint it now in a rush before like we get sudden
It
rain or
worked
something.
out.
Yeah,
It's perfect. It's working out.
it's been nice. We got that nice. Well, it's a little too hot during the day, but we're getting those cold evenings. It's
It
nice.
is really not like this morning. I had 3 layers on for about 30 minutes, and then
Yeah,
I took it off, and then I
yeah,
went
yeah.
down to one layer eventually.
And now it's hot. And the only reason I'm wearing this is because I have my gym clothes on. I forgot to take this off after my last call I just had for work.
I say we should just have podcast shirtless, but only you shirtless.
We could do that. We could do that.
Yeah,
I don't care.
yeah,
I think if as long as you don't show nipple, you're fine on YouTube.
right. Yeah, that makes sense. That's
Yeah,
fair.
it's fine. More importantly than shirtlessness or painting parts of your house, how is your lawn?
My lawn is good. I did send you a picture
Mm-hmm.
of a white monster in an American flag holder with an American flag in the background, and mostly cut lawn. It's good to be an American. I just gotta say.
It is. It's very good to be an American. I wish I could help you break that Monster Energy drink because that stuff's trash. Just drink coffee. We'll get there one day.
I don't know, man. I think I love that I have the freedom to ruin my health by drinking too much of those in America.
It's true.
What is more American than that?
Guns.
Ah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Guns and
yeah,
Revolution. Let's go.
right. Yeah,
Woo!
yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. But it is cut. I cut it last week. I will. I don't know if I even need to cut it quite this week, but maybe next one.
Okay. No, that's good. That's good. Just for me too. Despite my business of the day.
Mm.
All right, everybody out there, please remember this is just at the end of the workday. I have had 6 of 7 calls I've had to be on today, and I have one more after this. I can't speak words anymore.
It's okay. It's all right. We're good.
But
We love you, Chuck.
I found time between all my stuff today to also cut my lawn. Picture up
Wow.
now. Boom, there you go.
Incredible.
It is.
Give me a second.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it is a solid lawn cut. So double lawn
Wow.
cuts. We're doing good. Hopefully Neil's cut his lawn. Otherwise,
I hope so. Otherwise, he brings shame to us all.
it's true he does. Felt good. It was higher than I thought I had actually gotten,
Yeah.
but
Same.
still. So here's the important question now that we're in October. How many more cuts do you think you have?
Oh, that's tough. I'm always wrong with that. I'm not good at. I really am not good at this. I would say my guess is four, four more. Four more. That seems
Really?
too. That sounds like too much, but I'm gonna
Mm.
say four more because the weather is so mild in PA.
Yep.
Like if we don't get the early winter, kind of like we did last year, it was a little colder.
Hmm.
I think we maybe three. I'm gonna say four because I'm committed now. Four more.
Okay. I'm gonna give myself two.
That's way more reasonable.
Yeah.
That's so much more reasonable.
Only reason is next week we have the festival that hits my town, so
Hmm.
I always cut the lawn so it's nice before that.
Sure.
And then I'm expecting one more late cut, probably like mid-November, cut and
Right.
put away, so like the spring is a little bit easier. So I'm giving myself two. I think I only need two more cuts to get through this year.
Yeah, that's really reasonable.
Hmm.
But in my defense, my neighbors consistently cut theirs once a week. So I might be peer pressured into cutting mine. That's what I was thinking.
True. I mean, you could just cut four times and be like, whatever. I don't know if I need to.
Yeah,
Just do it
I was
anyway.
right.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Perfect. Well, another mini lawn update here. Um, for spooky season, since we're in October now,
Hmm,
reset up my old world table in my basement, even though it has not seen a game in a year.
sure, sure.
I made it more spooky. I put out the arcane ruins. I put out the graveyard. Put some extra woods out, so it's on screen right now. It's looking kind of fresh, looking pretty good.
Nice. Fun. Well, you should invite me over to get a game in.
Well, we need to because Square Base is coming up in a couple weeks.
That's true. To be fair, I think most of my hobby time will be spent trying to get this army done. Because
Oh, true.
I was trying to calculate like the math on how much I need to paint and build and prime and convert. And yeah, this is what else is new though? What else is new?
Yeah, that's just typical Alex.
Yeah.
um, well, besides that, something to talk about, get a little fitness chat going here today, as the fitness portion of this podcast. It's kind of like a friendly PSA. We kind of do it every year, and it's fine. So we're getting into the holiday season where there's gonna be
Mhm.
lots of sugar, lots of sweets, lots of great stuff. I mean, it's out there. Apple cider
Sure.
stuff, like it's pumpkin beers, what have you, whatever you want. Oktoberfest, which is coming up this weekend. Um, so Alex, what is your? Give me one of your top tips to help maintain a healthy balance while all the sweets are everywhere.
Sure. It is so funny you're bringing this topic up because today,
Hmm.
like literally 20 minutes before, I was walking like, I wonder what Chuck wants to talk about today. And I was wondering if you would want to talk about this topic.
Considering I've been swamped and have no idea what else to talk about, this was the easiest grab. This is low hanging
Well,
fruit that we're
we
grabbing to
also
help
have
people.
Oktoberfest coming up, so I was wondering if you're going to tie that in.
Yep,
But
yep.
that's a good. It's a good. Honestly, it's a good topic to revisit every year,
Yes,
and see if even our opinions change. I don't think they did.
probably not.
For me, it's really simple because this is exactly what I do every year. Is just be okay with bulking up a little bit
Sure.
and use this opportunity to actually build muscle. Yeah, you might put on a little bit of fat on. That's okay, but you're guaranteed going to have more calories coming in.
Correct.
Keep
Yes.
your protein high, get good sleep, recover well, keep taking your creatine. Just focus this season of what, 3 months
Hmm.
on bulking.
Right.
Not crazy bulking, but you're going to have consistently an average of 300, 400 calories more every day. Bulk, build some muscle, get a little bit of fat, be comfortable, get strong. And then once spring season comes over, getting ready for that, you cut down.
Exactly. For me, one of my top tips, and still one of my favorite tips I use even outside of the holiday season, if you're going to an event where you know there's going to be lots of treats, let's say, whether it's beer, whether it's chocolate, whether it's pies, cookies, what have you, the best thing you can do is before you go, eat something very high in protein.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
have
Really,
some have some
really good.
chicken breast. You don't have to have carbs. Like, I'm not saying fill up. I'm not saying have a whole meal before you go out to some place where you might have some food, but get that protein in. So that way, you go maybe you have a meal and they're like, oh well, you want some pie? You might be like, give me a small piece. Like, you're like,
Yeah.
very
You're
simple,
already
but
relatively cool. Yeah.
yeah, kind of fill up with the protein so you don't feel like you're needing it. Just the tip has worked whenever I knew I was going to encounter some bad stuff with very low protein packed in. So
Mhm.
here's my one of my top tips.
I mean, if you didn't say it, I would say it.
Yep.
That's very good. Every time I go to our Wednesday hobby nights, usually where dinner is not the healthiest, right? I mean,
Right.
last
Yeah.
night we had pizza. I literally pound a protein shake before I go in.
Yep.
Every time, regardless if I work out or not, just pound a protein shake, usually 2 scoops, gets me 50 grams of protein. So regardless of what I have for dinner, number one, I hit my protein goal, and number two, I'm not going to eat as much.
Yeah. Honestly, for Wednesdays, I usually do. I fast in the morning. My breakfast is around lunchtime, and I eat a late, light lunch.
Yeah,
So that
which
way,
is
yeah, that way I can eat if
another
I can.
great.
Food's there, but otherwise, I can. I'm full. I'm good. You know.
Yeah, it just another thing is just skip a meal, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Skip a meal in the morning. Lots of lean protein. Get to your protein goal almost before you even go to the event.
Yep.
One thing I would say is lift the day you're going to go,
Oh,
and
really? Okay.
yeah, and I think it's personally for me, and I think it's mostly mental, because I feel like if I have a day where I go to an event like a where I'm going to eat more calories and I don't lift, I kind of feel bad about myself.
Okay.
I'm
So
like,
so kind of like
man,
pre-kick your butt and kind of earn it before you go.
yeah.
Sort of
So
thought
not not
process.
not not punishment type of thing, but more like, oh, I'm actually fueling my body,
Okay.
right? I'm using this to build muscle, even though you're not burning a ton extra.
Yeah. Yeah.
But mentally, for me, and I think for most people, it's like, hey, I worked hard. I deserve to have a little treat. It's not a big deal.
Right.
So it's helping me out usually.
I'll say mine kind of ties into that one for my next tip is it's okay to pick a day or two and not care.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
usually for me it's more the Thanksgiving and stuff like that, but Oktoberfest
Mhm.
is one too. Now granted Oktoberfest is a lot of brats, there'll be lamb and all that sort of stuff, but there's a lot of
Right,
beer.
right,
Um
right.
that day I don't care. I would if I was tracking I wouldn't track and I just accept the fact that, obviously I don't want to go get drunk, but I might have a high amount of calories in beer.
Mhm.
Um that's fine. It's one day.
Yeah, not a big deal.
I'm not gonna let myself be upset by it. I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. It's perfectly understandable, and one day doesn't ruin a year. If one day ruined a year, well, then one day could fix it, you know?
Yeah, exactly,
And it doesn't work
exactly.
that way, so
Right. Yeah, no, to that point, you can also think in a way like, well, if I it's all bottom line, it's all about calories, right?
yes.
So if you know that later in the week you're gonna have a very high calorie day, where you're gonna have 1,000 more calories than usual.
Yeah.
All that means, even if you want to maintain weight, which you don't have to during this season, that's no point in bulking. But even if you wanted to maintain weight, that just means you have to have 1,000 calories less either one day or at some point throughout the week, multiple days.
Right. Which is not that hard
So
to do. A week is
it's
best
really not
structure
that hard.
for calorie counting.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you do want to maintain weight, just plan for it, right?
Hmm.
Eat 200 less calories 5 of those days. You're barely going to notice it. And you can have 1,000 extra calories on that one day, which you're going to really enjoy.
Exactly. Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
perfect. I mean, I think it's some good basic tips. Just to remind everybody out there, like enjoy it, but plan ahead.
Yeah. One more thing I will
Oh yeah.
say, and it's just a good advice, is when you do eat there, just get a lot of protein to start the plate,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
right? Get your ham, get your turkey, get your sausage, get the protein, and then once you're filled up on that, then you eat the carbs and all the tasty stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Or if it's Thanksgiving, eat everything.
Yes. Yeah, you have to.
Perfect. Well, with that, before we get into some of the hobby chat for the day,
Mhm.
I wanted to show a little bit of news. There'll be more news later, everybody, but this is just a little bit of news to get us started. So, Alex,
Uh-huh.
did you know that the grand narrative already started for this year for Warhammer
I did
40K?
not know that. I did not. I honestly did not know or did not care, or both.
Oh, okay. Well, since I participate every year and go to the grand narrative, and currently I'm set to go to the grand narrative in Atlanta this year, unless work screws me, unless primary work screws me over.
Mhm.
um, But our good friend Steve Wren, who helps run events over at Warhammer World, got to kick off the grand narrative at Warhammer World.
That's
So
fun.
over the
I will say, I thought it was something else and not the thing that you participate in every year.
oh okay
So when I said I did not care, I
yeah
thought it was something
you're,
entirely
you're
different. I do care because you care, and I like seeing the pictures that with you in it.
it's fun. I have the article up to talk about it. The Webway shatters over Mordian.
Nice,
So like okay, a little, and this is like a good setup to the major grand narrative. So read
cool.
this, especially if you're going to the grand narrative. It's well worth it. Um, I didn't want to show it, but there's a beautiful picture of Steve with like the Lords of War because they've been revealed. There's some
Nice.
great costumes this year for the Lords of War, and I can't
That's
wait. But
awesome. That's awesome. How
seems
many
like
people do you have at Grand Narrative typically?
typically, oh, it's hundreds.
Mm,
It
that's awesome. I
yeah,
love that.
yeah,
I love that.
it's huge. It is absolutely phenomenal. Um, can't recommend it enough. Like I said, even if if we're, and the reason I say work's trying to screw me over a little bit. Um,
Sure.
not to make me not go to this, but because they're trying to make me do my job, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. Ugh.
Right, right.
But yeah, the Grand Narrative is a
No,
great time always.
that's cool.
Yeah,
I love that. Warhammer, playing Warhammer narratively is how Warhammer is designed to be played.
100%.
So I love that it's happening. And yeah, I thought it was something else entirely when I said I don't care. I do care about this. This is actually very, very cool.
Once again, Alex only cares about winning, right?
No, no, I don't.
I'm gonna keep
I
hassling you about that forever until you prove otherwise. It's like Brad. God love
yeah, yeah,
we
it's
love
fair.
Brad,
Yeah,
but we're gonna
that's fair.
hassle him until he proves otherwise.
Um,
But no, well, with that said, I'll save some of my normal other hobby talk over with Neil. But
sure.
Alex, you have plenty of hobby going on here. So what's this
Sure.
little blue squiggy boy here?
Yeah, it's oh, do you have the Squig Boss?
Yes,
Yes, yes. There's a lot of squigs happening last week. So I actually did finish. I managed to finish my commitment
nice.
for the squigs. I did a whole YouTube video
Yep,
on a fit hammer,
yep. Go
and
check out his YouTube, Fit Hammer.
yes, thank you, thank you. It was really fun, and yeah, I really actually enjoyed painting it. My favorite part are the screaming mushrooms
Yep,
on the basis of the couple of the squigs. But yeah, so I got my squig boss, and it was really fun to paint. I got my 5 units of just five squig riders, squig hoppers,
yep.
and the mangler squig as well. And the thing I'm the most proud of is you see the teeth and all the spikes painted to like a nice rotten teeth color.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I did not have a bone color paint.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I quite genuinely do not know how I managed to get it done. I kept mixing paints and trying to get the right color, and eventually it happened.
Right.
But I only had like yellows and browns and just white, and I kept like adding things, and it worked out to a
Yeah, it did. It
pretty
did.
darn good bone. But I was like, oh man, I don't have the paint. It's like already Sunday when I'm painting it.
Yep, yep, yep. Can't stop.
So no, no. So it was pretty good to get it done. And then another thing is the unit of just 30K Space Marines.
Yep.
Build the other five. The second five were took me a third of the time compared to the first five,
Nice.
and got a unit complete now. And then I have the giant Mangler Squig that is part of about 20 something models. I still need to clean up, build, prime, convert some of them, and paint.
Yeah, all in a couple weeks, huh?
Yep.
It looks good though. I mean, I love the glossiness on the tongue of the squigs you've done. The purple tongue is really cool.
Yeah.
Um,
This is my high level of tabletop. This is as high as I'm willing to paint for just regular tabletop
right,
miniatures.
not competition.
Right, right. I
Right.
can go a little bit. I can go maybe 15% further for painting competition, but this is as high as I'm willing to go for tabletop.
Gotcha. Nice. And then you finished up Zombie Slayer?
I did. I
Okay.
did. Yeah. Very, very fun book. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Read it for yourself, but at the end I started tearing up, and then everything was okay, but I was like, "No, no, no."
Fair, fair.
No, it's very, very I can't recommend it enough. Such a good series.
No, it is a great series. Like I said, I'm saving some of my hobby time for later, mostly
Mhm.
because I'm trying so hard to finish these Halberds. I might
They
finish it before.
look good. They look good already.
I love the color. Like it's not like it's hard. I love the
Mhm.
color. Still, the motivation's just low to actually physically
Sure.
paint. But I'm trying to get
Yeah.
through that. I'm also trying to commit. I want to finish the Gotrek book I have before we go
Right.
to Square Based.
Right.
So we'll see. And
Very
also,
good.
we need to at least play a game and build lists for Square Based.
We
I'm not.
should probably play at least one game. Yeah. To
Yeah,
get re-familiar with the rules. Just
I've
take it slow.
been a lot of Horse Heresy and Napoleonics in my life lately. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not bringing any magic. Well, I'm bringing a Ruby Ring of Ruin in my list, but I'm not bringing any magic, any casters.
I'm still debating on High Elves or Dark Elves.
Hmm.
I'm really considering like I looked at all like the stuff I could put out. potentially win. And I'm like, I'm probably not going to win any of it. I'm not going to even come close.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just going to go have a good time. And it's like, do I want to take witch elves and just go wee frenzy, or do I want to take high elves and just play like a nice fun game like that?
Could be. Yeah. Either I could see either one being fun. You haven't played anything but high elves for a while.
Yeah, high elves and lizardmen, but lizardmen I'm not trying. So
Right. Right. I mean, like in a event setting.
it's the same problem I have with like Age of Sigmar. Like I could say I'm taking something, I'll just show up with Daughters of Cain regardless.
Right. Right. Fair enough. It's your goat. You're just very comfortable with the
It,
army. You know the
exactly,
rules.
yeah. So we'll see what the level's like. It's hard to see the forest for the trees right now with just life at the moment, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm genuinely just excited to go to a large old world event.
Yes, it should be fun.
Yeah, regard like we know we're not going to be top 10. Like we're not. We don't. I'm sure. I think the reality is maybe we could, but we just don't actually try enough,
You're right.
right, to do that. So the goal
Well,
is
hey,
really something else.
foreshadowing. The World Championships or European team, whatever, it's WTC happened with the Old World this past weekend, and USA
Oh,
got 10th. So fuck it, I can be on that team.
you could definitely be on that team.
Also, there was one person on there who's Canadian, who's the only person that went undefeated.
Wow,
He filled
it's
in he
embarrassing.
filled in a spot. I'm not throwing him underneath the bus, but I looked at the rest. I'll talk about it later. I looked at the rest of the picture. I'm not gonna bring the picture up because yeah, but I looked at the rest of the picture of the attendees for the America team. I'm like, who the hell are you people?
Wow,
I
wow.
no, I want to take it over. I'll bring my friends because my friends can at least win a game. We can get top 5.
Jeez,
Yep, calling
that's
it out now. Also, I'd like to go. It would be fun at least once in my life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's competitive, so we have to play competitively.
That yes, 100%. That would have to be the focus for the year. But like, Alex, I need you to kick my butt as many times as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah, yeah. And I enjoy getting into that mindset. Right now, I've been getting out of that mindset and playing much more narratively.
Right.
But sometimes it's fun to get into that mindset and really be grindy with the rules.
Yeah, but it's like also to be fair, it's one of those things where you need to have someone like I could have you in my corner be like, Alex, I need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, cool. This is what we're gonna do because not everybody wants to do that over and over and over again.
No,
You're
no.
one of the people who can do that, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Which is even though I joke about like you always want to win, I'm like, that's because you can turn it on.
Right.
You're good at
Right.
flipping that switch like on off on off on off. No.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's
And
all
something I feel like everybody has to learn, or most people in the hobby have to learn, is like every game you play, you are trying to win. I will stand on that,
yeah.
right? Because you're not trying to lose. But sometimes, are you trying to tell more of a story and do it more narratively,
Mm-hmm.
or are you actually trying to like, be a rules lawyer and do the things that your units would never do in real life,
Sure.
and like spread out and do a Congo line? But like in a narrative event, I would never do that,
Right.
right? I
Yeah.
would never try to be geeky in narrative event.
Right.
But if you're competitive, totally different.
Yeah, 100%. Which you got to do what was in the rules. But
Right.
yeah, no, but I look forward to it. Yeah, for
It's gonna
now,
be a good time.
it's a good little fitness hobby section. Oh, the
Get
guns are
my
coming out to
guns
say
out.
goodbye.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Guns are
Oh
coming out to
yes.
say goodbye. All right, everybody, stay tuned. Me and Neil are going to talk a lot more news and stuff in a little bit. For now, enjoy Alex's flexing muscles. Feel free to pause that screen, screenshot it, put it on your phone. Whatever. But stay tuned. More Strength Hammer coming soon, and then Alex is coming back next week, obviously.
Bye.
All right, and we are back. Once again, Neil, 2 weeks in a row. Look at that. I would say he's back. I wouldn't call it a comeback, though.
Mm-hmm. No, it's never a comeback. So my peasantry is rejoicing for another week.
Yes. 100%. They're quite happy. I am too, because I get to talk to you again.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mutual.
But more importantly than that, more important than our friendship, more important than anything else in this world, peasants need to know, how is your lawn?
Remember last week, if you were paying attention, fine folks, we talked about how many mows are left of our lawn.
Yes.
I like to happily report that even though we had a lot of rain a week ago, I still have not mowed this lawn.
Wow. Okay.
Some of that is because of how busy I am right now, and
Sure.
some of that is because it's not egregious.
Yep.
It's been work.
And you said you have 1 cut left, right?
I'm gonna try for 1.
1. Okay.
It's probably gonna have to be 2. Actually, I take it back, because once the leaves start dropping, I gotta start cutting the lawn. because
Okay.
I kind of mulch the leaves a little bit. So I technically should be doing that right now. Good point.
No,
All right, maybe 2, maybe 3.
Ooh,
Yeah,
three. Okay, all right.
realistically.
Uh,
Realistically.
Alex and I went through this earlier too. Now we both cut our lawn recently because the rain made it to the point where we needed to cut.
Mhm.
And it's looking good. The garden still needs to be its final turnover, but like we'll get to there probably end of this month. But I said 2 cuts. I have one for a tidy up because we have that festival that comes into my town every year in a week. So I'll cut before then, and then I'll probably try and wait until mid-November, get that final cut in. I'm thinking 2. Can you believe Alex said he has 4 cuts left?
Wow.
That's a man who just hasn't owned his home for more than a few years. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that I start thinking about the leaves, start to think maybe that might be closer to what I might have to do. So
It's true.
it's
Okay.
too bad.
It's true. Hey,
Too bad.
is what it is. Alex said he might just cut the grass though 4 times out of spite, just to prove himself right, which is great. Which is great.
That's right. Commitment.
Perfect. Well, I mean, all right, lawns are doing. We're 2 out of 3. We'll take that. We'll take that. Neils will be tidied up here soon, and then snow will start falling the day after. But how's the hobby been? I know you're doing a lot with your game board and helping out a friend. So where are we at with that? But life's busy, so I from what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I was just showing you, this little ditty right here. That's just it's going to be a pathway potentially for a Hero Quest game. I'm trying to figure it out. Like a Hero Quest board itself, it's not just squares. It is just squares, but it's not just squares. It's squares with a very tiny border in between the squares, which delineate the rooms, right?
Right.
So I'm trying to figure out how to do 3D walls and still have enough space for the guys to like be on the squares without making the squares like,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
big. So I don't know. It's actually more complicated than I originally thought it was going to be. So so that's pretty much been the hobby for me lately. Is I've been messing around with that, just messing around with 3D printing. So not much Warhammer hobby for me, unfortunately, in the last week.
Oh, no, I mean that's fair. It's a fun project to have. I mean, there's a lot more thinking and planning with yours than just painting an army.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat.
Yeah. We are in October now, though.
Yes.
So very quickly, we will be invaded by the Highlanders of Pennsylvania for an event on November 1st. And so I will have to actually make sure that I have everything I need and all my ducks in a row. For
Yeah,
this
I was
event.
gonna ask how's
So that's coming very quickly.
prep for that? Yeah.
It's in the back of my mind, but it's not coming to the forefront yet. So it'll get there.
It's okay. In also a couple weeks, Alex and I are going to the Square based up in Toronto. I really should build a list, and we should really play a game.
Yeah.
Boy, I've not played Old World for at least a month, maybe 2.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like I will get to it, don't you worry. But
Yeah.
hopefully I get to it before the day before.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as hobby goes, there is a little bit of hobby I have to show off here that I didn't show off with Alex. So, boom! I played a game of Valor and Fortitude this past weekend. So my French versus my friend Dom's British. We had a couple other people, Carl and Steph, kind of join in to learn the game. So we kind of just split the forces. Still a lot to learn. Still, figuring it out as we go. But I like it. It's Jervis, like I said, Jervis Johnson rule set. So I'm happy with it. I'm enjoying it.
Your French frog's legs.
Yep. Also, picked up a war game of Napoleonic Gothic horror game called Silver Bayonet. A couple other guys in the club got it, and let me tell you, like Neil, you've picked up good books. Like when you pick up a book and you're just like, this feels good, and you open it, it looks good. Like the art's good, pages feel good, it feels quality.
Yeah. Some Larry Elmore type stuff.
Yeah. I picked this book up, and I'd seen the friends mention it in the chat. I was like, oh, well, yeah, they did mention it. I picked it up. I just opened it to a random page, and I was like, this book feels really good. I have no idea how this rule set is, but I know I already have models for it because it's Napoleon. And I turned it over. I'm like, how much is it? $35 US.
Wow.
You better believe I was just buying it right there. I'm like, that's perfect. Like, it has a campaign, it has scenarios, it has like everything's in this tiny little. It's so good. I'm so happy.
And here's me sitting there thinking that for Napoleonics is exorbitant.
For a Napoleonics game, yes, it's exorbitant. But we've been browbeat by Warhammer too long that it's cheap.
That's for sure. That is for sure. Yeah, that'll get you an arcane journal, pretty much.
Yes. But you know what? A Warhammer thing that cost almost actually might have been $5 cheaper. This might have been $30. It arrived finally. The Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay High Elf Player's Guide.
Nice.
I pre-ordered it months ago. Got the PDF. And really, I don't have anyone to play this with. I have the core rules, and now I have this. But I bought this because I'm a High Elf fan, and you and I were like, the art's cool. Like it just gives us some insight and some history that we haven't seen before. I'm like, that's worth it alone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's is it now? That's the new role-playing game one, right?
That's the new role play. Yes.
Perfect. That's Cubicle 7.
Absolutely. Yep.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, because I buy if it's High Elf and Daughters of Cain, I buy it.
Yeah. I'd love to take a look at it next time I'm up your way.
Yeah, I'll be sure to bring it along. But that's been the hobby. Other than there's more paint in my hands right now because while in between recording with Alex, finishing up the workday, and recording with Neil, and also waiting for Taylor Swift's new album, Life of Showgirl, to kick off. Let's bring up the picture here. That's Tayrath. Yeah, it's Tayrathi. That's fine. There's the Contra picture. Perfect. Awesome. Nice. Got to get it. Haven't got that in a while.
That's true.
I've also been painting my 10 Cathay halberdiers.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say right now, they are done except for basing. So maybe a few touch-ups. I figured like get the wash on, make sure it didn't pool anywhere, and then do this podcast, and I'll look back around and be like, maybe I could just do that victory lap, and we'll be good to go. A unit done.
I'll never understand how you can wait for basing until the end of the entire project. I'll never understand it.
I mean, if you're doing grit and you're painting it, but like, one, these are flock. I'm not going to flock before I paint a model.
True. Yeah, of course not.
But
the basing always comes last. But like, I got to do the unit. I got to finish. I can't just move on to a new unit without being based.
Oh no, I am going to base these.
Okay. All right.
No. No.
There you go.
No, I got you. I see what you mean. I thought you meant like base first. I'm like, no, I don't paint the base. But
I watch you and Big M, and you guys just like hold everything off and then just do all the basing at once. Now, I understand from a batch painting and a hobbying perspective why this would be beneficial. I just can't do it because I need to see the finished product little by little. I can't.
So actually, I did it. I did this with my Bretonnians, where I did a unit at a time and based it completely, and I'm doing it with these ones too. To be honest, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to just paint the whole army, and then base at the end is the victory lap. But with the severe lack of motivation I have, I want this to be done and put away and done. So yes, these will be completed. I'll probably base them tonight. As I'm listening to the album, because I'm gonna need something to do, and I don't know what's next. Maybe artillery, sentinel. I don't know. I don't want to dive into another unit of infantry right after.
Yeah, you gotta do set like a palate cleanser for sure.
Maybe one of these Shigungan longbow lords. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Anyway, but yeah, hobby's going good despite lack of motivation.
Also, you dirty power gamer.
I only have one balloon.
With your Cathay army. Get out of here.
Oh no, trust me. We're gonna talk about that. I only have one balloon, and I will only ever have one balloon.
They'll eventually make them terrible, and you'll wish you had 12. But
that's when I want it. Yes, when they're terrible, that's when I want them all. Like you know me exactly. Oh, these are terrible? Yes.
Yeah.
But I guess, we'll just start diving into some of the news to help separate from the hobby time. So I actually I do have one I don't think I sent you yet, Neil. It just kind of popped up. You don't need to bring it up. Don't worry. It's more of a shout out, but there was a article to end the day today called "Starting a Drukhari Army in Warhammer 40k: Everything You Didn't Need to Know from Painting to Lore." And the reason I'm shouting it out is like, yeah, I'm a Drukhari player. I did buy the new character. I bought the book. I kind of caved a little bit. But that's not why I wanted to shout this out. I want to shout this out because this article is great. This is what I want to see on Warhammer Community. When's the last time anyone said like, "Hey, do you know anything about like the Hellsmiths?" Like, I don't remember the Hellsmiths getting like a treatment this level of like, you're like, "Hey, who are they? Sure, what's this?" But like a nice concise article for someone new to be like, "Hey, what's this army about? I just saw the pre-orders go up with it." And to be fair, the Hellsmiths, I guess, probably did get more, but it's spread out because of their cycle. But for the current existing armies, I think these articles are just really nice. A little bit of lore, explained who they are, and not from a biased perspective of a space marine like we get all the time, but like, who are they? What did they do? Here's some old art. Here's some new art. Here's where they live. Here's cool army shots. Here's how they function. Here's a box you can pick up and what these things actually are. Like, and we get free rules here, and as well as painting, like paint colors and how to grow the army. Like this I feel is what Warhammer Community used to be as a webpage that was very useful to help direct new people to go check it out and get addicted to seeing what's going on there.
Yeah. It feels very I haven't seen it obviously, but by your description, feels very like old White Dwarfish.
Yes, actually that's perfect, because even here it's showing you what these models are, what their names are. So you hear these names going around the internet. What's a witch? What's this? This is what witches are. This is what an incubi is. They even talk about, they call out Lilith Hesperex, like one of the main characters in the faction. Like, yeah, shout out the cool things. And also at the very end here, here's a book. You really want to know what these guys are about? Here's a book. Go read the book. And it's a rough cover book. It's a Drukhari cover book. Yeah, and then of course at the bottom, like, here's where you buy the stuff, which, yeah, it's a website where you need to do that, but I just had to shout that out because, yeah, this is what White Dwarf used to be.
Yeah, nice. Yep.
Perfect. All right, well, 40K is over. It's time to talk Old World. The Sunday preview. That's right, Underworlds. We're scrolling past that. I don't care. I don't.
I will say, like, the
Carnothi look cool. Make them a faction.
Yeah, goodness gracious. But when you see them, do you feel like they completely screwed the pooch on Catacross?
I don't know.
I do.
Okay, I
like
could see where you're coming from.
Missed opportunity for like him to be in this. Like these just look like babies.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. Like this is one thing. I look at that guy. He's just so out of place.
Wait, Catacross? You mean Kragnos?
What I'm talking about? What's his face? The guy, the centaur guy.
Yeah, Kragnos. You said Catacross.
Kragnos.
I was like, wait. Hold on. This is
yeah. Sorry, Kragnos. Yeah, he just seems way out of place in Destruction, especially when you have something like this, which pretty much is what he is, just smaller and elfish.
Yeah, I wonder if you do like a comparison of him to the old Orion models, like how close is it? Is that something they switch up on us?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
I wonder, because yeah, it's very close. It's very close, and it's just like Kurnoth's heralds and this and that. I'm like, so if they gave us Kurnoth, wouldn't it just be one of these guys? Like, and then if that was the case, isn't it just Kragnos?
Yeah. Like, is he like in between? Is he like he's slightly bigger than these, but he's smaller than Ilariel?
I mean, I'm sure they're gonna give him hooves, and maybe he's a horse, and maybe he's like a satyr. Who knows? Like whatever he is. But
no, because they have to Age of Sigmar that he would be a centaur type creature. You're right. You might stumble onto something here.
Maybe. So I think it'd probably be enough to give him hooves, but like even then, it's just like you guys, you got a little too jumpy on that guy. Somebody made a cool model. You didn't have I feel like they didn't have a really good plan on where it was going. They're like, maybe we'll just give this guy to Destruction. for reasons.
And then we'll make everybody hate him.
Yeah. Well, so he's going to be an orc, right? No.
Green? No. What?
Yeah,
but Orion was green. Orion was green.
Like an ogre, right? Like an ogre? No.
He's probably closest to ogre-ish, I guess.
Closest, I guess.
Yeah.
I used to a little bit too ripped. A little bit, his body fat percentage maybe a little bit too low for ogres, but I don't know. Anyway, off my soapbox now.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm gonna put my toe on there too, because like I said, well, I joke. I don't care about Underworlds, but people do. Sure, have fun with it. I'm not gonna ever complain about that. I'm glad the game exists because people enjoy it.
Yep.
I'm always gonna be perpetually upset until they actually put real elves in Sylvaneth. Like, I know you had the story where like they abandoned and then the Lairl's mad at them. Like, she will let them back in. She'll let them back in. Especially if they're this, like, they're coming back in anyway. They're not going anywhere. Right. So bring in not a ton. I don't need infantry elves. Like, the dryads are fine. I like the spirits, elf things and all that. But give us units of these actually for the game of Age of Sigmar, because that's cool. And like, bring back a hero. I don't care. It doesn't have. It can be the It can be the hoof of Kurnos. I don't care. Like, call whatever you want.
I feel like Ilariel is just her faction in general. She should be so much more powerful than what she actually is presented as. So she's like over life, right? Yeah. Like, they've got Nagash, who's over death, and he's like the most powerful thing on the tabletop as far as gods go, right? Yeah. 900 points, 1,000 points, right? She's basically the antithesis of this. And what does she get? Trees, just trees. Apparently life is only trees. Yeah. It's not like everything else.
It's also the currency and the healing.
Like, shouldn't these Stormcast guys who are alive be worshiping her ass? Like, I mean, everything that's alive should be like, maybe like, be like, hey, this chick's probably got something to do with it, right? Like, I don't know. Like, they can at least put like some birds, some like, I don't know. I know birds are Tzeentch's thing, right? But I don't know. Like, you got a whole gambit, a menagerie, if you will, to play with.
I would say this, just about Age of Sigmar in general, and like the longer. I'm trying to think how to say this, because like I still really I love the setting. Mm-hmm. I love the setting, how it began. I like where it went. I like the things we've gotten. But as the shift of the game has been more and more about pump out the armies, focus on the balancing to the point of the flavor's gone. Boy, like, this game just feels like wasted fucking potential. Like, in lore, in gameplay. Like, gameplay now, like, we've seen the good versions of the game. This edition's not the good version. But, like, man, especially the lore. The lore is just wasted potential. Like, do something with it. You could do so many cool... Like, Skaven coming back was so fucking boring. It was terrible. Like, I don't care. Like, we're what, a little over a third, maybe halfway through, like, the cycle almost? And, like, I don't know what they've done, other than they made a big boom that magically didn't crumble everything in the... Like, Marathi, who was a big power player for a long time. You couldn't do anything, anywhere, without Marathi going, like, hey, I'm here. Let me do this.
Yeah. But nothing she ever did was like massive, right? It wasn't like
taking over
Anvilgard. Of course, like Skaven are like, hey, rats everywhere.
What's like Marathi taking over Anvilgard was a big deal. Let's
right.
That's fine. But like it was minor in the scope of the realm.
It was like a big deal on a smaller scale. It wasn't like, hey, here's rats everywhere. Like, okay, well, what if I don't want
to? But okay, here's rats.
Do I have to?
Here's rats everywhere. So far, I think they're still contained behind the mountain. Like, Ilariel, or not Ilariel, Marathi's just sitting there. She has her city and all this stuff, and like she doesn't give a shit about the Skaven everywhere. She's like, whatever, they're not a problem. Like, like you could do so many. Like, man, you know what the coolest thing? We've talked about this, Neil. You know what the coolest thing would be to see if you really want to really hey guys, we're doing a 6-year edition. Hang on to your butts. This is gonna be story driven. I mean, you can do it a 3-year, 4-year too, but have one realm crash into another realm.
Oh yeah.
What does that happen? Holy, what? Like, just sit there and
start
think
combining
about
them. Start almost like they're solidified into one realm or something like that. That'll never happen. However,
we'll see. I think it should happen at least once, because then it gives the idea and the spark of those future things of like, man, what would happen if they did come back together? What would happen with that? What if multiple ones? What if these two came together? But really,
Yeah.
you only need to do it
What if
once as Games
it's like a
Workshop.
cycle kind of thing? Like it coalesces, gets blown apart, coalesces, gets blown apart,
I
kind of
mean,
thing.
you could do that, but I'm just saying, like, they take Akshi and Gairan because they can't leave those two places. Let's say
Yeah.
they take Shaman and they take Gairan. That would be fun. And they crash into each other. Okay, so that's two realm edges that have now bled together into one being. What does that realm look? What does it look like between those realms? Does it look more like a normal setting, which would be kind of cool? Be like, oh, well, this is just things recoalescing. And like I said, but you never have to actually crash more back into each other. You just do it once, and you put the seed in the mind that this is possible. And all of a sudden, people like me and you, Neil, are like, oh, and we start doing narratives, we start doing all this crazy stuff, and you just tell stories off that. That would be the coolest thing. Just do it.
I get why they never leave like Gur and Gairan, because it's like, you know, for me, I'm always just like, well, these are the two places where people can eat food.
Yeah.
This kind of makes sense, right?
This is the garden. This is the animals. There you go.
Yeah, like I can hunt over here and I can grow something over here, but pretty much anywhere else, I'm not sure how that's happening. Especially not in a realm of shadow where there's very little light. So plants are not going to have a great time there.
I see.
So
I get it. To be fair, though, I could see Magic of the Realms. You could say this type of fruit grow like the I could.
sure.
I can
The
magic.
answer's
You can
always
magic.
magic.
Yeah,
in a
magic
scenario
solves
like
the problem.
But that's always just something I was just like, for me to wrap my mind around what this place looks like, I had just have like God, give me some art, give me some idea of how these people are actually living around here.
I know we're getting so far away from caring about the everyman and the lore. Like it's. I say, stop wasting. Stop being cowards.
It's like with fantasy, right? You have a world, you have a Earth, right?
Yes.
Okay, which can be a smaller scope and make it harder to, to move a storyline around. And then you've got like AOS, which has like all this girth to it. So you can build storylines wherever, but it's very hard to make a cohesive story.
Yeah.
Because it's so big, right? It's just like,
well, you say that.
I don't know. We got to find a middle ground somewhere.
This Age of Sigmar, honestly, 1.0 Realm Gate Wars, that was cohesive, good story that progressed.
It was. Yep.
They can do it. They're just being cowards, or they forgot. I don't know. Like, just do it. Anyway, all right. So anyway, back to that. Back away from that. So yeah. So we get models out. Cool stuff. Scrolling down past it because we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Arcane Journal War of Cetra's Fury. It's up. Well, okay. By the time people are listening to this, we have all pre-ordered it. Are you going to get it, Neil?
I will get it eventually. It will not be on pre-order though.
No worries. We will make sure we do a review of it, and you will have the ability to see it in hand.
Yeah,
we will figure that out. But yeah. So this is going on pre-order right now in a couple days from us recording. A couple days prior for those who have listening live as this comes out on Monday. So
this is. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling down here, and I'm really just taking a good look at these new models, and I've never really taken a super close look at them yet. They are pretty cool.
They're very cool.
I don't know, like how much I love the fact that they're not just skeletons.
Well, the thing is, like the peasants, Neil, your peasants were skeletons, but they mummified all like the priests and the kings and all that sort of stuff. So that's why, they've now they can do it modeling wise. Long ago they couldn't do it as well. Now they can, which is why we're seeing it what it should be. So this is what all the heroes should be like, honestly.
Okay, yeah, I buy that. That is cool. I mean, they look great. They look really good. Because I've never been super into the aesthetic of Tomb Kings. I'm like, I get it. Okay, it's Egypt and everything, and it's not that I hated it. I don't hate it at all. But like this, I can buy into a little bit more.
Yeah, honestly, to me, it was the new zombie dragon or bone dragon. I actually really liked it. The guy on top was cool. The fact that they had little animals, but yeah, these guys are really nice. And like, I assume I don't know. We'll find out. Let's kind of look at this a little bit. So what's going to be in here? We'll see the next article, but standard 48 pages. But here's what I like. Now, Square Base put this out as well, but shout out to them for doing it. It's probably going to die because people would just use this version of it, but smaller point games that are rebalanced, like different deployment maps, how you score, and different percentages on the how you bring stuff to do 500, 750 point games, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's not a thing for me. I'm not worried about that in the slightest. I like to see big, grandiose battles. So,
Sure.
but I'm glad it exists.
Yeah, I'm glad it exists. I'll give it a go to see what it's like, because sometimes I don't feel like playing a full big game. But yeah, most of my stuff will still be major games. But yeah, new rules for obviously Tomb King, since it's a Cetra's Fury. But then the Renegade Crowns of Empire Man and the Slayer Host for the Dwarven Mountain Holes. So we'll be checking those out here in a little bit. And I'm mostly curious about these characters. Are they plastic? Does it say? Contains 2 new plastic Lich Priests. Yep. So these are full plastic kits. That's amazing.
They haven't done any new kits not in plastic, I don't think.
The new heroes, they're all resin.
Oh, really?
Like the high elf characters, they were resin. Actually, the dwarf, they were. Like those one-off characters we've been getting have been the Forge World resin. There's been plastics, like the Tomb Kings. Their new character was plastic. The Bretonnian stuff is plastic. So it's been a mix.
Interesting.
But yeah,
I'm very surprised they're doing the resin for those, but okay, neither here nor there.
it's fine. It might be just they want to get it out and they could do it quicker if they did it with resin because the plastic lines held up. But
Sure.
yeah, but good for that. So yeah, now let's move over to the Old World Almanac Designer's Commentary for this War of Cetra's Fury. Ooh, this LaCroix is making me burp. Sorry. It's good. All right, let's dive into this. Okay, I'll start out. Like, how many do we got? We got J2Y. Do we have anyone else in here? Is it just J2Y? All right, we'll just have to alternate. So we read through this. All right, so alongside the Royal Herald and Lich Priest kits available for pre-order, Arcane Journal contains Cetra's invasion, border princes, and detailed armies involved in those battles. So a little bit of a campaign going. I like it. And they caught up to talk about it with our guy JTY. All right, so. And by the way,
I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you
Go ahead.
Me?
Okay, Arcane Journal, The War of Cetra's Fury delves into the long and turbulent history of the Border Princes, one of the most fascinating regions of the Old World. So fascinating, I may add, is exactly where my event is going to be taking place.
What?
From the long forgotten days when the great fortresses were built by the armies of an emperor keen to expand his realm, to the trials and tribulations of the crusading Bretonnian lords, who reclaimed those abandoned castles centuries later from orc and goblin tribes, and in doing so gave the region its name. The wealth and background is also accompanied by a wide range of new rules to use in your games of Warhammer, the Old World.
All right. The Tomb Kings of Khemri players will find a wealth of new content, including rules for a new mount, the Barded Skeletal Steed. These rules allow you to mount Tomb Kings and Lich Priests and Royal Heralds upon Barded mounts. That's big.
Nice.
Yeah, they didn't. I don't think there's been no Barded mounts, so now you get some Barding. That's pretty nice. You'll also find rules for incantations of the Mortuary Cult, represent the ancient ritualistic magic of the priests of Nekahara, allowing Lich Priests and Necrotechs alike to purchase potent scrolls of magic. Each scroll contains a powerful bound spell that the bearer can attempt to cast by reading aloud the incantation. And I think it's a quick thing to say that we're getting new spells and all this, just like we did with the second Arcane Journal for Grand Cathay, and they're not releasing cards for these. Did you notice that?
Huh.
We're just
did not notice, but yeah, makes sense.
Honestly, it's fine. I think they've at least understood that maybe we don't need them, but we'll just make them ourselves. Worst case, we're adults, and they can get these books out faster that way. But
sure.
Anyway, tell us about the Renegade Crowns, because that's a cool picture. Bretonnians and
cool
Empire.
Picture. What is the first thing you notice when you look at this picture?
Those ugly ass ogres.
You better believe it, man. Those things stick out like a sore thumb. Holy crap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving right along. The Renegade Crowns Army of Infamy allows players to recreate the diverse types of army found in the Border Princes and throughout the vaults. Used in conjunction with the Empire of Man army list, it contains rules and profiles for various units of sellsword infantry, free blade knights, and hireling outriders led by renegade lords and outcast wizards, all of which can be further bolstered by mercenary units from the Arcane Journals. from other Arcane journals. The options available are many, allowing players to try all manner of tactics and to employ mercenary regiments from all over the Empire, Bretonia, and beyond. With its characterful and diverse suite of special rules designed to allow players to really explore the infamous origins of their renegade generals, this Army of Infamy will be essential to hobby content for players who like to create intricate backgrounds for their characters and armies.
That
Cool.
Yeah, that's super cool. I mean, I won't lie. When we did the Dawn of the Storm Dragon Arcane Journal, that custom army that mixed the Empire with Cathay just felt like it was some Cathay with stuff tacked on. But I think it's partially because the way Cathay is. This has me more excited for something to be like, man, I could see myself doing a hobby project like that. You know, like I'm not, because I have zero motivation right now. But that's the type of thing that can be motivating.
Sure, yeah.
Also, like, is there going to be differences on who leads it? Is it Bretonian or an Empire guy? Like, did that change something up for you?
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
We'll see. All right, Slayer host. I'm excited about this. I don't have nearly enough Slayers, but the Army of Infamy allows Dwarf Mount Hold players to lead a whole armies of Slayers to glorious battle, which we could technically do now with the King, Ungram. Forever seeking trolls, giants, and worse to slay in combat, these unruly members of Grimnir's cult are naturally attracted to the vaults. And with the undead legions of Nekahara on the march, it should come to no surprise that the Kadar Helgad, an ancient shrine to Grimnir, would become a popular mustering point for those most bloodthirsty of dwarfs, allowing players to field numerous units of troll and giant slayers alongside dragon and daemon slayers, goblin hewers, and doom seekers. Slayer Host is a fun and aggressive way that revels in close combat, is well suited to players who want to prove their worth in battle against the most fearsome of foes. I hope this is the dwarf army that has high movement. It's gonna have zero armor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hope
so it better get there and start fighting, right? So
yeah, like the hewers. Sure, I'm still not buying a hewer because you took out the character I want with it, but. Like, yeah, it's super cool. It's super thematic, but boy, anyone that can shoot basically okay is going to just take them off the board unless they can. I mean, if you want to leave their movement at 3 inches, that's fine. Let them move twice.
Right.
Every turn. They have to. Give them a free move before the game begins. Otherwise, they're never getting into combat. Only concern. However, we've not seen anything about it, so... Yeah. I don't want to complain.
I mean, infantry during charges with wheeling and everything else, and the way that the current game has wheeling set on charges, it is nigh impossible to get a. I mean, especially if your opponent knows what he's doing, to get off a charge with infantry, you pretty much almost have to be charged. So. Yeah, here's to hoping they do something with it, and understand the assignment here a little bit. So.
Yeah, I'm not saying I want it to be so powerful it's going to win every game. This can be a terrible, rule set where it's just but it's a chance to run Slayers. But give them a chance. That's all I want. Give them a chance.
Yeah, give them like a 3d6 charge or some shit. Something like almost like a swift stride on a charge. Like they are just wanting to get in or something. I don't know.
I could see them all having swift stride.
That'd be something else.
That would be pretty something.
The first ever dwarf swift stride. It won't happen, but it would be an interesting take. That's for sure.
We'll call it now. All right, tell us about the Battle March. The
Battle March. Finally, the new Battle March mode, which some of you may remember was first teased in a special scenario released to mark the Warhammer World store anniversary this year, is an expansion to the core rules that focuses on desperate battles between small warbands rather than grand armies. Designed for armies between 500 and 750 points, Battle March includes rules for writing muster lists, allowing players to field characterful and balanced armies. Also included are a set of deployment maps and objectives that can be combined so that players can forge their own narratives. Games of Battle March last about an hour and are played on smaller battlefields of 30 inches by 44 inches, making it the ideal way to enjoy Warhammer the Old World when time or space is limited, or add some variety to the narrative progression of an ongoing campaign. And that's where if I find any, interest in this, like if I'm running like a campaign on like a hex map or something like this,
right?
I kind of like this, right? So could find a way to work that in.
I do want to give a quick shout out before it gets buried because people start Googling for Battle March. Never forget where the name Battle March came from for Warhammer, and that was the old Xbox 360 video game, or maybe original Xbox. I forget. I have it, but there's like an orc on the cover. It's called Warhammer Battle March. It's set in fantasy, and
Wow.
it's a rough old RTS. But it's good. It's if you ever see it out in the wild and you're a retro gamer like me, it's worth the pick
Wow,
up.
I didn't even know such a thing existed. Wow,
Yep.
that's yeah.
I had it up on screen there for a few minutes, but yeah, Warhammer Battle March. I think it was Xbox 360. It might have been Xbox, but
That's something else. Well, you got me on that one.
we'll say it's gonna be buried. I think they're just trying to hide their past. That's what it is. Like, oh, we can't let them know about this video game anymore. We gotta bury it. But yeah. So outside of that, there was a couple major events over the past weekend.
Mhm.
We had the I think ETC, WTC, whatever it is, the World Championships for Warhammer that goes on for like the team games. Really wasn't keeping up with it much this year. There was some old world coverage. We kind of shouted it out last week, but we have the results. And bring up the image here from it. Boom. So congrats to Team England, taking the big win there. So yeah, also I'm sure they're thrilled. We're going to hear about it everywhere because I think a lot of the English guys they were content creators too, so it should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Belgium taking second, Italy in third, Denmark fourth, Poland fifth, sixth Germany. Neil, have you heard me say the USA yet?
Mm-mm.
No, because we're all the way down in 10th.
Wow, how many teams were there?
So we had 18 teams.
Oh.
Just to actually run through it all. France
Well, I'm
7th,
happy.
Netherlands 8, Finland 9, USA 10, Spain 11, Netherlands 8, Finland 9, or sorry, Spain 11, Norway 12th, Sweden 13, Scotland 14, Ukraine 15, Hungary 16, Wales 17, and Switzerland 18.
The Swiss. Got a bad showing there.
Yeah, to be fair, like I'm not gonna rag too much. I did have a little bit. There's a little bit of jokes with the USA team because they needed to fill in, and the only reason I know about some of this stuff is because I'm in the chat group for the Square Base Toronto event, and one of the gentlemen who went there, he's a Canadian. He filled in for someone in the US. He's the only person on the US team that went 5-0.
Oh, really?
Or not 5-0, but yeah, he's the Canadian who filled in. And I saw the picture of all the US people. I'm like, I don't know who any of you are. And it's just like, man, give me a shot. I can do this. I can form a team of my buddies, and we can get 8th.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But it'd be fun trying.
It would be, but yeah, it's just weird. Cause I'm just like looking at it, I'm like, I have no idea who any of these people are. And say, not judge character. They all looked like they had a good time, and no one had any problems. So like, I'm not trying to throw anyone with the bus here. I was just more of like, man, I want to try. I want to go. I want to lead a team. That means I have to really try, though.
And I didn't see any pictures of any tchotchke ducks on pop cans as like on a base for Skycutter chariots. So that's good. We've come a long way.
That's true. Yeah, we have improved. We have improved. But no, all jokes aside about not knowing who they are, shout out to Team America. Like, we got a team over there. They went. They placed. Sure, we didn't win. That's fine. I'm just glad that we're represented over there. And I hope to one day maybe be able to go represent as well. I'll put that out there. Besides that, though, now that's team events. You know that, Neil. They're different. Matches are different. Lists are going to be very specific on some things. Let me ask you before we dive into this next thing. What's your feel on the state of Old World right now, as far as a game to play in a tournament setting? We all know that tournament settings are still fun for Old World. It's not like Sigmar 40K. Like, I will go to an Old World event and have a good time and not be sweaty or stressed.
I want to be diplomatic with this because I don't get to play very often. And if I don't get to play very often, then it's hard for me to pass judgment on people who play a ton. But from what it seems like, perhaps maybe there are just a few types of armies that stand way above the rest. And that's been going on for a little bit of a while. So
See, that part doesn't bother me. Having a big bad that's just good doesn't bother me too much. It means you need to tweak things, sure, but I'm okay with it not being like every constant like change here after this event.
Hmm.
What does bother me is the picture I'm about to bring up. So this is the top table for London GT final round. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Grand Cathay balloons on the table.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes. 7. There's other Grand Cathay models, but there's also 7 balloons.
Sure.
Um,
Sure. Mhm. Are they painted at least?
Oh, everything's painted. These are painted beautifully.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I think some of the well, that's baggage train. I mean, it's tabletop with extra detail. Maybe he's going to add a little bit more depth in some of it, but it's a picture. I can't really judge. But like they're painted, and they're painted like to a point where I'm like, that's cool. That looks good.
Mhm.
So and it doesn't bother me that folks like just even like Sigmar 40K folks bring the thing that's going to win. If you're going to try and win an event, you're not just there to have chuckles and laughs like me and Neil do. If you're going to try and win, you need to bring what's going to win.
Sure.
And like I said, I don't mind specific armies being at the top because they're just good. But I mind whenever we start having to spam.
Yeah, spam lists. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because that's what drives me nuts about Sigmar right now. It's just like, okay, here's these 2 things. This one's better. I'll take a bunch of this thing.
Yeah.
Sure, there's things in the game that help limit the spam, but the balloon is like the first very egregious thing that's gotten around it, I feel.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe second would be Bretonian. Those are like some of the top armies, but just to put just a total on it here. So over at the Old World rankings, who does all this beautiful back end stuff for just rankings for Old World, but for London GT, so Grand Cathay number 1, Mortuary Cult second, so a little bit of TK there, but then Grand Cathay, and then Grand Cathay, and then Vampire Counts and High Elves. Yeah, but clearly Grand Cathay are good, which to me, not a problem. I think that's fine. They can be good. But don't spam.
And I
That's
wonder.
the problem. It's the spam that's the issue.
Wonder. I don't know for sure, but I wonder if vampire counts, because we're seeing vampire counts kind of popping up a lot here towards the top as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is that more of a counter to Grand Cathay in some ways? I don't know. With the current rules, with the way however you interpret the regen saves on everything, that could be potentially a good. A hard nut to crack even for Grand Cathay, maybe. But
yeah, I mean,
I don't know. So maybe that's why we're seeing them up there at the moment.
Could be. It's a good call.
Super Jack to see a 6th place High Elf Realms.
Heck yes.
That's near and dear to my my elvish heart.
Yep, I think it was a double dragon list too, so it's kind of like still playing in the last meta, but still works.
Yeah, it still works. Yeah, there was
still 2 dragons.
Yeah, much ado about the decline of dragons, and yet here we are.
Yeah. But an army that's known for having dragons, being good of dragons, is fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing 2 of those, right? You're not seeing 7 of them on a tabletop, right? You're seeing 2. So, maybe still egregious, but maybe it's slightly more manageable. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's, to be fair, like still the balloons rules, they're really good. It's just being really good, being able to take them very cheaply is the issue.
Yeah, I thought we would see more chaos up on the list here. You see some chaos dwarves, but that's the first chaos you see is chaos dwarves.
Yeah, it is.
Followed by the wolves of the sea right there, but it's rounding out the 9th out of the top 10. But then, love to show Cole just how well this city-state of Nuln is doing up here towards the top.
Nuln's good. Nuln can do work.
And Empire Man creeping in there, here and there, even over some of these Bretonian exiles. Maybe he needs to crack those babies out. So
I think he does. I think Cole does. A little black and gold in there. Come on, Cole. You're from Pittsburgh area. You're fine. You can still do it,
right.
Even if you live over in Ohio.
That's right.
But yeah, no, like I said, there's lots of fun stuff going on with the Old World. I think, too, the thing to keep in mind is you go more towards the middle of the list. I still think that the hyper-competitiveness is not existent in the Old World. community. There's people that want to win, obviously, and there's people that will go out and try to win. But like, still, those people you're still gonna have a good time with them. Like they're not tryhards. They just brought the good list, and you look at it and go, okay, you brought the good list. This will be rough. Let's see what I can do. But I think more as you get out of like the top 10, you start like it's hard to tell. Like, is that person could have just brought what they thought was cool and still be in that position because of the structure of the old world and their matchups. Like, you'd have to really dive deep to see how it is. I don't think we're as robust enough to be like Sigmar and 40K, where there's at least 10 people who are all tryhards in an event that are going to really skew the bell curve of where people land, because they'll encounter, the casuals, the mid-tier heroes like us, quicker, possibly, or multiple times.
The thing I think people need to be careful with, okay, is small events. Right? So we're talking 10 to 20 people. Maybe you're just doing just a 1-dayer. Maybe you're doing a 2-dayer and you only got 10 people or something like that, right? When you bring these SKU lists like that, and now you're going to play a whole lot of the field, and you might just beat their face in. And I get it. Like, it's a tournament, so it's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but I'm also one of those guys who, in that kind of, it just kind of sticks in my craw.
Yeah, it's
just like, well, here's the guy. We already know who's going to win this. Like, what are we even doing here? Why are we even doing this? I don't understand.
It's a way to kill a small scene that's getting off the ground if someone just brings a SKU list. But
it's just like, be careful. If you're that good anyway, because you could have 7 balloons and still suck at Warhammer, right? That's possible. I mean, that could be me, right? But I don't know. If you really know what you're doing, right? Read the room a little bit. That's all I caution. Is just read the room.
Read the room. Like I said, I just hope, whether it's from the tournament organizer's perspective or Games Workshop, just correcting not the balloons rules. I don't mind that it's powerful. Just correcting the amount of balloons that can be there, because that's where the power really expands. The more of those you can bring of high, it's like dragons. If I could bring 4 dragons, well as like the other parts of my army, like within reason, it's like, well, how do you fight against something that powerful? You really can't. It's going to run you over. But it's like, this isn't a concern about the balloons being too powerful for me. This isn't a concern about the game being imbalanced and not fun, because we've seen what wishing for balance does. It gets us Age of Sigmar and we go, that's boring. It's just the spam is the concern. And like I said, not that you can't spam other things, but spamming the powerful thing is what we always need to be cognitive of. So we need to course correct that. That's the only thing I see. Everything else, I'm like, that's fine. Like, but
it's not. And honestly, as far as London GT goes, it's kind of a decent breakdown on stuff. I don't see many orcs and goblins popping up anywhere at the top. I think looks like they're starting to struggle here a little bit in the current meta. Wood Elf realms, struggle bus.
Well, it's because everyone's buying all the orc and goblin stuff to throw in their Chaos Dwarf army. So every Chaos Dwarf army is probably an orc and goblin army. Let's be real here.
See Big M.
Yeah. Like I said, that's really just wanted to shout that out. Other than that, like I'm trying to get back into the mindset to start prepping for the events I have coming up, and all that sort of fun. So lots of old world fun, getting back into that flow of things. Now I'm excited for it. Also, I got to figure out Terathi soon.
We got another big one coming up here with Las Vegas, right?
It's true. That will be happening this weekend as of recording. So we'll talk about it probably next time. I'm not sure what the old world event looks like for LVO. I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's.
I think it's 66 or something like that. I think I saw.
Did we? Yeah, we'll define the pack. Maybe we'll talk about the pack briefly before we see what the results are like on that. Not that I want to become the show that talks about results. This stuff was just interesting. Like I like world team events, and I also wanted to call out the spam that I saw with London GT. Like that's. Yeah, we're not going to report on every one. There's plenty of other people are reporting and doing a better job than us.
Yep.
Yeah, but I wonder if the pack, if there's like any sort of heavy comp like Nova does, or if it's pretty
Mhm.
laissez-faire as what it is. But oh
Yeah,
well.
that'll be interesting. I'd love to look at that.
Yeah. Well, Neil, any old world in your future besides your event?
I'd love to get at least one game in just to, start, getting a feel for the game and the rules before I run my event, right? So that needs to happen for sure. But also, we're still trying to plan a day to get together and start to knock Terry's army out. So,
Nice.
um, yeah,
We'll see. Well, maybe for your narrative event, maybe I'll get excited and bring some Tomb Kings for something different.
we'll see how it goes.
We'll see. We'll see.
Whatever you want to do, buddy.
Well, I got to figure out my square base. It's either high elves or dark elves. Haven't quite decided yet. And if it's dark elves, guess you know what kind of dark elves I run. How
Mhm.
many witch elves do I have?
Right.
Go on this
Right.
list. We're gonna go
Mhm.
forward and we're gonna win or lose.
Love it.
Wait, when I play dark elves, I like going. I deploy this, and people go, "Wow, that's a lot of that stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, let's see if it works."
Yeah.
And very quickly, it's usually, not working.
Yep. No, in fact, it does not.
It does not. But I have to do this
Wait a
4
minute.
more times.
The strength 3, no AP attacks turns out don't work.
I have a huge weight of dice. What do I need? 6s? Cool. 2.
Yeah.
All right, saving on 2. Awesome.
They're frenzied? Oh, that's not a useful rule anymore? That's fine.
It is if you charge. It's still good if you charge.
Yeah.
I guess.
If.
I don't know. Charging. You might talk me back into high health for this event. just so I can play the game.
Right.
Perfect. Well, okay. I mean, that's a good place to leave it here then, I think. Just to chat about some of the fun stuff we've seen out there. And then next week, I think next week, Neil, you and I should have our little debate that we talked about last time.
Yeah.
Physical versus digital.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, maybe that'll be the topic next week, unless something wild happens.
Yeah.
Unless my FLGS suddenly gets the Arcane Journal early. So maybe. But anyway, we'll leave it there. Everybody, hope you're doing well. Neil's Peasants, make sure you please bring the offerings in the comments below to him as always. And yeah, we'll see you all next week.